just noting to myself, so like when we got here earlier to the dog park, there was that Sammy German Shepherd dog here. I don't know. Maybe that woman's okay. Maybe she's not. I don't know. It seemed like on that one day, Saturday, when all those dogs were here, and obviously there's weird social shit going on because there's no normal social anything here. I mean, I've never known people here to like each other when they hang out with each other. They hang out to use each other. They hang out because hierarchy, they're ordered to. I don't know. I never could figure it out until post 2016 election, and well, actually that 2015 running up to 2016 election. So I never could figure it out. I'm like, if you don't like each other, why are you always hanging out? Well, they do it because it's like Fight Club or something. So anyway, these are some of the concerns that I have at the dog park. I think they're trying to set Mindful up. Well, first they were trying to set him up to be aggressive. God, he's funny. He's playing with a stick. Hilarious. God, he's funny. So I'm worried that they're trying to set him up to, be aggressive. They've tried that for a long time since he was a puppy. He's pretty much come through that. And then they tried to set him up to be fearful by scaring him, and that didn't work either. And the reason that I think of Colsey as a social molester and the stuff that they do as social molesting is because, okay, so we come in here the one time, and she's so friendly, and her dogs are so friendly, and she sits one-on-one with me. We have a really nice conversation, and, so I would expect to see her and have it be a nice time the next time we come in. It's kind of weird, but whatever. That's when that Abby dog was here, and they were still nice-ish, social. Mindful played with the dogs. Kenai was a bit of a dick, but I kind of got the pattern. And then the next time we came here, there was only the 3 humans and the 3 dogs. So Kenai, Abby, and the pit bull named Axel that I think is what Abby's parents' ex-person's dog. Anyway, and they all came to the fence, to the back fence part, and they started attacking Mindful. Literally, they're growling. I was like, should I? Is Kenai in a bad mood? And, Colsey, is yelling, who's yelling at me? Because when I came in, I was like, are you going to call your dogs? Because they just, all jumped him. And Mindful is friendly, and it was a scary experience for him. And they didn't do nothing. They just sat over there at the tables. And so I was yelled. I was get over here and get your dog. And then they got their dog. And so that time when the 3 of us were here, Colsey was just all over Mindful, calling him over, making him jump up on her. So then when he came over here, and then me and Mindful went over to our area over there, and we're playing and stuff, and they had their dogs over here, and she sort of called Mindful over. And he, thought of her as a friendly person, so he went over there, and then whatever went on, the setup with that dog scene was Kenai defends Abby and defends Colsey, and then Colsey's like, your dog growled. And so your dog's over here being aggressive. And so then I just left. I mean, obviously, it was way obvious that their dogs attacked us. I mean, attacked Mindful when he came in. So then the next time I see her, she comes in, and she, me and Mindful are here, she comes in, oh, hi. Gosh, it's been forever since I seen you here. I was like, well, the last time we were here, your dogs all attacked Mindful. And she's like, well, I couldn't really hear what was going on and then you were yelling. I said, I wasn't yelling at anybody. I said, I was trying to get people's attention so that you would get over here and do something about your dogs. And she's like, well, it wasn't Kenai. Kenai and Mindful get along great. It was that other pit bull. She doesn't know the pit bull, but they do. They're all friends, for one thing. And I was like, I said all 3 of those dogs attacked Mindful when we came in. I said, and if you were not aware of that, you were not paying attention. And then she stood there for a minute, said something about, well, we should let it be water under the bridge. I was like, fine. Water under the bridge, but I know what some people do to other people in the water under the bridge. So yeah, I'm not hanging out with you in that water under the bridge. So she went over to her spot, and then Mindful went over there, and And I was like, leave it. And she's like, he's not bugging me. I didn't say anything to her. I just got the toy, started playing with Mindful, so she got up and left. So the next time we came in, we saw Abby, but no Man, and no Colsey, and no Kenai. And then they played, and I thought, well, that's an interesting setup, because Abby's kind of, cute, but they're teaching her to be aggressive. So then the next time we came in, there was the Man, Colsey, Kenai, Abby, not the Blue Pit, and this little dog, Starla or whatever, and another dog. Anyway, and so Abby was attacked. Anyway, it was again, it was Coda. They all pretty much knew each other, and Abby, what it looked like to me was that Abby was being set up to aggressively attack this new dog. I know that they pass these aggressive dogs around because Elena from Botticelli told me that mean dog that she had, she was the 5th owner of it in 2 years. I was like, oh, that's why you guys don't give a shit if these dogs get chewed up or what happens to them, because you just get new ones. And then the one that was being aggressively played with was a brand new adoption too, and that was weird. Anyway, so what it looked like is that they're gonna hype Mindful up with a girl dog, like a bitch, and then get him, because he was starting to get into it, and I'm pretty sure that's what they were teaching Abby that day here as well. So anyway, she starts just getting on this little dog, and it wasn't playful, it was aggressive. And the little dog's like scared, and Mindful starts getting into it, like, yeah, we're gonna kill it. And I'm like, bullshit. So then I'm trying to catch him, and they're just like all standing around watching this happen. I said, are you gonna call your dogs? I said, because if it was my dog doing this, I'd be calling my dog and helping you out. And so then me and Mindful came over here, and we were playing, and Kenai and Abby left. And so then today we get here, and there's this lone shepherd here that we've met once or twice before, that again seems like kind of an aggressive play dog, and it's a girl, and it seemed like the setup was, because here we were, they're playing all by themselves, she's playing in a really rough way, Mindful's starting to get a little bit hyped out and put his paw on her shoulder, which is a sign that he's starting to get a little aggressive, maybe, not aggressive, my dog's not aggressive, but when a dog puts their paw on another dog's shoulder, it is a sign of aggression, or potential aggression, I should say, because his hackles weren't up, but he's starting to get rougher than I like him to play, and then he usually plays, and then luckily my stomach kicked in. I was like, whoa man, we gotta go now. And so I grabbed him, and we just like left, and I put him in the car, and I ran in the porta potty, and the woman came and sat behind the porta potty. I don't know, was she recording my fucking shit? Because that's the kind of weird things they do. And as I was sitting there, I heard this other car pull up, and this lady say, is your dog friendly? And she's like, oh yeah, she's just loud, and the woman goes, oh, because this dog is brand new to me, and so she seems kind of timid, and I feel a little timid with her, and I don't even know how dogs are supposed to act. And it was a little dog again, a little blonde dog, looked just like that Starla dog. So they're probably trying to get him twigged to a certain type of dog too. But luckily Mindful was already in the car. So that dog came in, because it would have been a setup again if that dog would have come in right at the point where, coincidentally or not, Mindful was starting to get a little bit dominant, because that Sammy dog was fucking biting the shit out of him, and she was being aggressive, and her hackles were up, and she was fucking being aggressive, and so he started getting aggressive a little bit back, like, back the fuck off a little bit, this is fun, but hey, do you really want to go there? And then if that little dog would have come in with a lady, and they're timid, and it would have looked like, Mindful beat the hell out of a poor little old lady's dog. So we left, we went to Robinson Lake Park, ran around a little bit up there, came back, and I thought, well, I'm just gonna go and see who's at the dog park. It's about a half hour later, so we come in, and there was a bulldog here, and that one little dog that had come in right when we were leaving. And the dude with the bulldog just picks up the bulldog and won't even let it get near Mindful. I was just like, that's like that Starless dog owner. Because I was like, what, do you not want your dog to play with Mindful? And he's like, well, you didn't seem to want it before. I was like, hey man, that's fine. We don't need to play with your dog. And we just like walked away from that. So this guy like picks up his bulldog and goes out. And the dog did start growling at Mindful through the fence, and he's like, hey, no growling, as if it's like a surprise. But I think he picked it up and walked out because it would have progressed on Mindful like immediately. That's where I think that dog was at. And then the other lady's like, well, we're gonna go. She's had quite a bit of exercise. There was another dog here before you got here. And I was just like, I don't give a shit if you socially ostracize us. We like it because we don't like you guys, for one thing, and for another thing, bullshit. The game didn't go off how it was planned, and we'll see you next time. That's how I feel about it anyways. Oh, and then the Kareem, Lindsay, Sophie, Hector situation, I think that's another setup where they're like trying to be like, oh, we're friends, like Kareem with his fundraiser thing. Oh, it's your idea. No, it's your idea. And have you considered getting liability insurance for the event? Because you're going to need it. She has this great idea for fundraising. No, it's your idea. I'm just offering some advice. And so anyway, that setup seems to be that he brings Hector in, Mindful and Hector will be playing, and then Sophie will come in. And Sophie's sneaky aggressive. She growls deep in her chest, so it's not a warning growl like, hey, I'm growling at you. It's a growl like, I'm gonna fuck you up. I mean, you wouldn't even ever hear her growling unless you're right by her. The only time I heard her one time is when Elena's dog was here, and she was getting all aggressive and stuff. That dog was getting all aggressive, and Sophie was just like, I'm gonna fuck you up. It was like, it's just that deep, rumbly growl that happens right before they do something. And, yeah. And so, yeah, I think she gets jealous over Hector, and then whoever Hector's playing with, Sophie gets a little aggressive with. I would imagine that's how that game goes, because that was how it happened the last time that I saw Sophie and Lindsay here. I haven't seen them since. I saw Kareem last time, but just when they were doing their weird thing with that Starla dog. Anyway, that's the dog park today.